Okay, just a quick reminder for everybody. I want you to keep this in context whenever you watch the news, especially when you see Donald Trump, especially when you see William Barr, and these activities that they take, like when they try to oust an attorney, an attorney general there in the Southern District for New York, named Berman, for example, or Preet Bharara, or any of these other people who they've gotten rid of. The crime that they're trying to cover up has to do with Jeff Epstein. And the crime is not just a sex crime with underage women or possibly boys, which is what I suspect in the case of William Barr. But they are financial crimes involved. That is one of the reasons why Donald Trump does not want to release his tax returns. Where do you think Les Wexner is? He's the owner of Vanity Fair or Victoria's Secret. Where are those tax returns? Where is Les Wexner hiding? How come we never heard any more about him? What are the banks they were using? What were really all the banks they were using? Because it wasn't just one. There's a whole series and link chain of banks, that were all linked together to do all this kinds of money laundering and money passing back and forth between people who were being extorted or who were providing money for sex with little girls and rides on private jets to Jeff Epstein's private island. Now, keep in mind that in this case, the Jeff Epstein he did not commit suicide. It was a murder. It's a murder case, and 2 federal guards from the Bureau of Prisons have been fired and have been arrested and are in custody for having committed felonies in relation to that murder. The day that he was murdered, the cameras were all somehow erased, but supposedly William Barr was at that prison that day in his cell visiting with him. Now, I don't know if that's true, but I think that's worth investigating. The links between Jeff Epstein and William Barr and Donald Trump and others that all were part and parcel and key to getting Donald Trump elected, they're all on Jeff Epstein's list. So anything they can do to prevent the public from finding out about this or focusing on this or using this as a reason to invalidate Donald Trump, okay? Anything they can do, including maybe release a virus on the people. Maybe everybody needs to go watch that movie, V for Vendetta, again, because one of the main underlying principles of that movie is that the new chancellor released a virus on the people. That movie is like, I guess reality is imitating TV. So my point is that everything that's being done right now, whether it was orchestrating this Ukrainian thing and then this impeachment thing and now the virus and anything but mention Jeff Epstein. And in fact, a lot of my posts, other posts in other places and on YouTube too, have been taken down. They've been erased. And whenever I link Donald Trump to Jeff Epstein, the posts are disappeared. And so it's kind of odd. Remember too, in the backdrop of all of this is the Sinclair Broadcast Group, which helped get Donald Trump elected, which is really secretly controlled by big banks like the Bank of New York Mellon, which is the largest investor in Sinclair Broadcast Group. And all of these names, all of these people are on Jeff Epstein's list. There's 1,000 names on the list. There's only 500 members in Congress. Of those members, how many are Republicans? And of those Republicans, how many are on Jeff Epstein's list? How many high-up bankers who are presidents at these different banks are on Jeff Epstein's list? How many high-up lawyers in Manhattan and others are on Jeff Epstein's list? Prince Mohammed bin Salman's there. Prince Andrew's there. Bill Clinton's there. Donald Trump's there. Donald Trump's videotaped with Jeff Epstein. I guess that's one more than Bill Clinton, to tell you the truth. Now, if anybody had a vested interest in killing Jeff Epstein, it was Donald Trump himself and William Barr. And anybody else involved in the financial community there in Manhattan. And the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York in Manhattan was about to uncover all of that. And they just desperately needed to get him out and stop that one. And now they're going to put in an attorney who's never been a prosecutor to make sure it never goes forward. But that's not going to happen. because a whole bunch of other things are about to happen that are going to preempt and prevent that from ever occurring. I guarantee it. It's going to be so awesome to see too. Thanks, everybody.